Alrighty, y'all. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. Welcome to another live stream. We are sorry if I haven't been live in the last few days. Yesterday was my birthday, so celebrating that. Um, I did post a video yesterday, so there's that. But we're gonna get started. So we did not barrel, excuse me. Debbie made landfall near Statahatchee, Florida, as a hurricane. Cat 1 hurricane made landfall there. We also had maximum wind gusts of 70 miles per hour near Statahatchee, Florida there. Um, but it's now a tropical storm, but this Debbie has like dumped a whole lot of rainfall. Hey, I've been good. I have been fantastic. I've been fantastic. Yeah, I've been really good. How are you? Um, so we're gonna go over the last few days, the past few days of rainfall totals across Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina, as well as North Carolina, and then we're gonna go over the track and the potential track of where Debbie could go, and then we'll look at the future of tropical systems that could develop in the next couple of weeks as the tropics are starting to heat up again. We do have another area of developments possible, area to watch in the Gulf again. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that as well. So let's get right into it. So we're gonna go the last 30 frames. This is your heavy rainfall in the last 30 frames here. So um, so yeah, I'm ready to get back on the grind too, to be honest. So we do have some of these heavy rainfall bands coming in to North Carolina right now. We also have Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach has taken a pretty big hit this morning with heavy rainfall across Myrtle Beach area this morning. We zoom in there. You can see flash flood warnings are in effect. This one's north of Myrtle Beach. This one's heavy rainfall. The rain is expected to continue in the next couple hours. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. So this is dangerous flash flooding, y'all. I mean, dangerous flash flooding. We had rainfall totals yesterday. I saw was a 5-inch in 1 hour rainfall total yesterday over in parts of northern Florida, southern Georgia. So these are really heavy rainfall producers because you've got Debbie picking up a heavy amount of moisture with this tropical moisture. You've got tropical downpours as it slows down. It's just dumping all that tropical moisture onto those areas, and it's moving very slowly. So that's another key factor to that. This is a flash flood warning for Myrtle Beach until 12:45. I think this flash flood warning is going to be extended further, not just until 12:45, but probably until maybe 6 o'clock this afternoon, because it's just sitting over the area. There's more rain bands coming in from the Atlantic, so we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. Between 1 to 2 inches have fell in 1 hour. We'll look at radar estimated rainfall totals here in a minute, but we have a really large swath of flash flood warnings across Georgia and the Carolinas, as well as North Carolina as well. So if you've got a heavy rainfall on top of already saturated soil from past systems or just past severe weather systems as well, and cold fronts, it's not going to take much for the areas to flood. If you got a front coming in and then you've got another tropical system, and then you've got that front picking up the tropical system and maybe getting it slowly to the east northeast, which Debbie is doing right now, there's a whole lot of trouble for the Carolinas in the northeast too. So this is a far impacting system. It's not just the Carolinas. We've got DC, Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York, all the way up to Boston. You could see impacts from Debbie as well. This is not just a Carolina, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia event. This is going to be a Northeast event too. I'll get into the details of that here in a little bit in the live stream. So here's the Savannah, Georgia radar. You've got the center going right over Savannah right now, so some light rain, but calm right there in the center of the storm. Right now, it's a 40-mile-per-hour tropical storm. Let me show y'all the cone here from the National Hurricane Center. So you can see here the cone. So this is your cone from the National Hurricane Center. It has it slowing down, going right back into the Atlantic, re-strengthening a little bit to a 60-mile-per-hour tropical storm again. So you've got making landfall again as a 45-mile-per-hour tropical storm, but it's gonna. You see the cone. You can see just the cone impacting all the way up to Canada there, near Halifax, Canada. You got Maine and all the Nova Scotia, all the way up to the Nova Scotia area. So the whole entire East Coast is going to be impacted by Debby. So this is a far-reaching impact kind of system. So, and then you can see down here, which I was talking about, we have a 30%, another 30% risk development area to watch for the Caribbean and the Gulf, Southwestern Gulf too. So we'll get into that in the later days, but right now we're focused on Debby. Just to go over that, let's look at the estimated rainfall totals so far in the past 24 hours. I know most of this might be confusing, but here are your estimated rainfall totals from radar estimated totals. You've got some area, a lot of areas from South Carolina here, from out of here, in this area right in here. They have picked up almost 2 feet of rainfall, almost a half a foot of rain, not a half a foot, but almost 1.5 foot of rainfall, almost 2 feet of rainfall in that. So let's go toward Edisto Beach. This is South Carolina. So you got that area just east of there. Look at that, 14 inches according to radar in the past 24 hours. So this is why the Weather Prediction Center went high risk for 4 days in a row, because of the extreme rainfall rates that Debby is bringing, and it's slowing down. So it's kind of doing like what Harvey did back in Houston. This ties back to Harvey. It ties back to me by Harvey, when Harvey hit Houston. So because Harvey went south of Houston, but you've had those outer rain bands just sit over Houston and come into Houston and dump 40 inches of rainfall over Houston in the past 3 days when Harvey hit. So in 2017. So tropical systems, it doesn't matter where you live or what flood prone you're at. Tropical systems don't care where you live. They're like tornadoes. They don't care. You know, severe storms can pop up anywhere, but hurricanes and tropical storms can wobble. They can do anything. They can go anywhere like tornadoes can and severe weather can. So just keep that in mind, that, hey, we've already had deaths because of Debby, 5 of them, because people are wanting to go out there and investigate, go out there and search around, and then that's not what you need to be doing. You need to be going out there, and you don't need to be going out there at all, to be honest with you. You go out there, you're putting your life in danger. You're putting the local officials that have to come and get you in danger too, when it's really bad out there. And that's not smart. It's putting you in danger. You're putting your whole life in danger, probably putting your whole family in danger, because you're going to have them come out and get you too. And you don't want them coming out there and get you too as well. So that's why I was stressing to y'all a couple of days ago when I was going live, not to go out there and investigate. Let the first responders do their job, because they're the pros and they know what they're doing. So back to the weather, but yeah, there's your estimated rainfall totals. Just be smart out there. That's all I'm saying. I'm not grabbing at everybody. I want everybody to be safe. I don't want to kill it in the storms. So there's that. So we're gonna go to the model runs here. Let's go to the models here. We'll go to the medium range now. and then we'll go over all the high-res models as well as the global models and show y'all what it's doing. So just to go over here, we have Debby, right? It's not, so it's right here right now. So it's right here, 1,000. It's not 1,001, I don't think. No, so it's not 1,001 millibar pressure. That's what this has, but I don't see it is. But regardless, you've got the moisture coming into parts of the South Carolina, North Carolina. This is according to the NAM. So we've got, you keep on going all the way up to Tuesday afternoon. You got it going back into the Atlantic, which the Atlantic is still warm. Not as warm as the Gulf, but it's still warm. It could intensify. Not rapidly intensify like it would do in the Gulf, but still intensify just a smidge. You got it going back into the Gulf, and look what the NAM model does. It has it as a 995 tropical storm going in to South Carolina again. So you've got your feeder bands just sitting over Myrtle Beach in those areas. Savannah, you should be getting out of it. But look what this does. By Thursday, has it going further north pretty quickly. So the new medium range NAM has it going pretty quickly to the north and northeast because you've got a front coming in, and that's going to pick it up and move it faster to the northeast probably by Wednesday and Thursday. And this thing should be out of here in the Carolinas by Thursday night, early Friday morning. So you're in the Carolinas, Georgia, Florida. You're in the clear right now. You could pick up the damage and stuff. So estimated rainfall totals with Debby in the next few days, according to the high-res NAM. I just wonder, this is the high-res NAM. So you've got the high-res NAM showing by Wednesday morning, some areas could top up to a foot of rainfall by Wednesday. This is just a forecast, one model run. You can see Columbia, South Carolina, 5 inches. You can see all of those areas near the beach, Myrtle Beach, right here near 3 inches. Easy wet. So just keep an eye on this, and then you can see where the rain bands just sit over the next areas, and then it goes up north to North Carolina. There's 14 inches possible there. So there's still a foot to 2 feet of rainfall still to come across South Carolina and North Carolina. Georgia, I think your time is ending a little bit. I'm not going to say it's ending completely, but it's starting to end there in Georgia. But yeah, so just keep that in mind. Let's go to the medium range NAM model. And the medium range NAM, it's not as crazy as the NAM model, I don't think. So you've got it right here at 999, 998, according to this medium range NAM. Got it, the rain band starting coming in at Myrtle Beach right now. You can see it moves off to the north. You see how it just stalls and it doesn't know where it wants to go, and then the front comes in, it picks it up and moves it to the northeast toward New York and Washington, D.C. So Florida, we could see another front come in and bring more rainfall into Florida, but it shouldn't be as heavy as according to this model run. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Rainfall totals, 12Z rainfall totals according to the NAM. So look at this. So Myrtle Beach, you've still got 20 inches of rainfall still to come across Myrtle Beach. Savannah, you've got 2 to 4 inches still to come there. And you can see and then Jacksonville, I think you got 1 to 2 inches still to come there in Jacksonville, Florida. Just depends on where this thing goes and where it stalls. If that front comes in quicker, it picks it up quicker and goes to the northeast. But if this thing doesn't, we have that high pressure still, the Bermuda high still in the Atlantic, then it could just stall. So it's gonna stall. It's just, how much rain does it dump when it stalls? So there's that. Let's go to the European model. The European model has, we'll go by Friday. So Friday, the European model has died down the rainfall totals, but still quite a few rainfall totals of up to 14 inches farther inland into South Carolina. Let's go into next Monday. We got rainfall totals there. So Carolina, Georgia, Florida, you still got Debby still impacting your area, and then you can see farther out. We're not gonna go past 10 days, but we do have a front coming in to Arkansas to bring some relief to the heat in Arkansas in the southern U.S. So GFS model, has picked up some, I think, the heaviest of the rainfall totals. I mean, so I can tell y'all this: the GFS is a lot lesser on the rainfall totals, but still some pretty hefty rainfall totals in the Carolinas and Georgia. So, but I can tell y'all this: if I had to pick a model that did a fantastic job on the system, on Debby, it would be the GFS model, because the GFS model had it stalling. There was a couple of times it had it stalling over in the Gulf and then moving off to Louisiana. And then the latest runs, the last few days, I'll say from Saturday and Sunday, I had it stalling over this area in the Carolinas and Georgia. So at first we were like, what the heck is the GFS model doing? It has it stalling. And we were like, oh, that's not going to happen. And look what it's doing. It's moving slow and it's about to stall. So GFS model, I think, did a really good job on this. This is one of the, I think the GFS model won this system with the forecasting. So there's that on the winning of who won that model, which model won Debby. So let's get back to it. So there's your forecast models. Does anybody have questions for me so far? I'll turn it over to questions and then I'll answer them. No questions? Okay, so there's no questions. If there's a question that pops up, I'll answer it. But I don't see any right now. Let's go. I want to go ahead and jump into the future real quick. I mean, we're not in the fall or winter yet, but we're heading into a La Nina winter. So this year, y'all, all I gotta say is this year is going to be interesting for the winter here in Arkansas, in the southern and southeastern U.S. That's all I gotta say. We may have some areas of severe weather this winter, but snow-wise, you are going to be excited for winter here in Arkansas for soon. Just put that out there for a La Nina winter. We were in a La Nina winter in 2021, and y'all saw what happened in 21. Dumped 20 inches of snowfall in Little Rock and that area. Not saying it's going to be like that, but because different La Nina winters are different for others, so we'll see what happens this winter. But I do think this year is going to be a cold one, y'all. So that's all I gotta say. We'll get to the winter forecast when we get closer to it. For right now, winter is going to be pretty cold to me. This is one of the forecasting models right here. It's a CFS model. This is the monthly model. So you got, yeah. So this is not always right, but it's a CFS model, yo. So we'll see how it is. I'm just looking at it because you know fall is right around the corner, y'all. So we're getting there. We'll get through this hot freaking. We'll get hot during this summer, and then we'll move on to winter, y'all. So, I mean, I can already see Canada, Western Canada, Alaska already getting cold already. So September should be a month that we should be dialed down into the lower 90s, upper 80s as highs. So, and then October we start going down into the 70s as fall hits. But yeah, if that's all, no questions. Also got no questions for me. Well, if there's no more questions, I'll stay on here for a little bit more, a couple more minutes, and then we'll go back, and then I'll head off of here. Probably have another live stream later today as well. We'll see what happens. I plan to have a winter outlook, to have the winter outlook for me, probably let's say by early October, first week of October sometime. The first week of October, I'll have a winter outlook for y'all. So y'all updated on that. But yeah, y'all be safe out there. Be careful. Remember, don't go outside. If you're in the Carolinas or Georgia, if you're in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida, don't go out there if you don't have to, or if it's an emergency, call 911. But don't put your life out there in danger or at risk and go out there. So let the first responders do their job. Remember to be safe out there. Turn around, don't drown. Y'all be safe out there in those flooded roads. I will catch y'all later today for another live stream, and I'll keep you updated on Debby. All right. Y'all have a good night. A good day. A good rest of y'all's day. I'll see y'all later for another live stream later today. All right. Bye, y'all.